I stood in the doorway of our bedroom, watching Sarah twirl in front of the mirror, her red dress hugging her curves like it was painted on. The kind of dress that turned heads, the one she'd bought for our anniversary last year. Girls' night out? I asked, trying to sound casual, but my voice caught a little. She met my eyes in the reflection, smirking. Yeah, why? Jealous? I forced a laugh. Nah, just wondering why you're all dolled up like that. She paused, applying lipstick with that deliberate slowness she knew drove me crazy. In case I meet someone better, she joked, winking. My stomach twisted, but I played along, chuckling. Better than me? Good luck with that. We both laughed, but as she grabbed her purse and kissed me goodbye, quick, almost perfunctory, the words lingered like smoke in the air. It was just a joke, right? That's what I told myself as the door clicked shut behind her. That night, I paced the living room, the TV droning in the background like white noise. We'd been married 8 years, high school sweethearts turned real-life partners. Sarah was the one who made me believe in forever. Her laugh could light up a room, her touch could calm my storms. But lately, things felt off. Little things, like her phone buzzing at odd hours, or the way she'd angle the screen away when I walked in. I shook it off. Work stress, I figured. She was climbing the ladder at her marketing firm, pulling late nights. I poured myself a whiskey, the burn steadying me. By midnight, she wasn't home. 1 a.m. came and went. I texted, having fun. No reply. Suspicion crept in like fog, thick and unwelcome. Was it really just girls' night? The next morning, Sarah breezed in at dawn, smelling of perfume and something sharper. Cigarettes? She never smoked. Rough night? I asked from the kitchen, flipping eggs with more force than necessary. She yawned, dropping her purse on the counter. Oh man, yeah. We hit this new bar downtown. Karaoke got wild. Her eyes darted away, fixing on the coffee maker. I nodded, but my mind raced. Who all was there? Casual, keep it casual. Just the usual, Jen, Lisa, and a couple others from work. She poured a mug, sipping too quickly. I watched her, the way her fingers trembled just a bit. Denial wrapped around me like a blanket. She wouldn't lie. Not Sarah. But as she headed upstairs to shower, her phone lit up on the counter. A notification, missed you last night. Can't wait for next time. Sender. Mark. Who the hell was Mark? I froze, heart pounding like a drum in my chest. Mark from work. She'd mentioned a colleague named Mark once or twice, some project manager. I picked up the phone. Her passcode was our wedding date, unchanged since forever. The message thread opened, and my world tilted. Last night was amazing, he'd written earlier. Her reply. You have no idea. Sneaking away was worth it. Photos attached. Nothing explicit, but her in that red dress, laughing in a dimly lit booth, his arm around her waist. My breath caught, denial cracking like ice underfoot. This couldn't be real. I scrolled back, weeks of flirtations, emojis that screamed intimacy. Can't stop thinking about your lips, he'd said. Sure, hubby's home, she'd replied with a winking face. Hubby. Me. The eggs burned on the stove, smoke filling the kitchen, but I barely noticed. Anger simmered, hot and raw, but underneath it, a hollow ache, betrayal slicing deep. I put the phone down before she came back, pretending nothing happened. That day, I was a ghost at work, staring at spreadsheets that blurred into nonsense. How long had this been going on? I replayed our life, the vacation in Maui where we'd renewed vows, whispering promises under the stars. The miscarriage 2 years ago that had tested us, but we'd come through stronger, or so I thought. Maybe that's when it started, her pulling away, seeking comfort elsewhere. I denied it still, telling myself it was just texts, harmless flirting. But suspicion gnawed, relentless. That evening, I suggested dinner out. Like old times, I said, forcing a smile. She hesitated. I'm wiped, babe. Rain check. Her eyes wouldn't meet mine. I nodded, but inside, the collapse began, trust crumbling like old plaster. Over the next week, the clues piled up, subtle at first, then glaring. Lipstick on a shirt collar in the laundry. Not her shade. A receipt in her purse for a hotel bar, time-stamped during girls' night. I started checking her location app, the one we shared for safety. It showed her at Jen's house, but Jen posted on social media about being out of town. Lies stacking like cards. I confronted her gently one night, over takeout Chinese. Hey, everything okay at work? You seem distant. She twirled noodles on her fork, avoiding my gaze. Yeah, just busy. Why? I pushed. Who's Mark? Her face paled, fork clattering. Mark. From the office? What about him? Her voice was too high, too defensive. Saw a text. Sounded friendly. She laughed it off, brittle. Oh, that. Just joking around. He's harmless. But her eyes flickered with guilt, and anger flared in me. How dare she play me for a fool? Denial gave way to obsession. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Heartbreak hid in waves, memories tainted. Our first dance at the wedding, her in white, promising eternity. Now, it felt like mockery. I tailed her one evening, hating myself for it. She said she was meeting Lisa for coffee. Instead, her car pulled into a motel lot downtown. I parked across the street, watching as a man, tall, dark hair, suit, greeted her at the door. Mark, I assumed. They embraced, disappearing inside. My hands gripped the wheel, knuckles white. Anger boiled over, visions of bursting in, demanding answers. But I drove home instead, tears blurring the road. Why? Why him? Was I not enough? The questions looped, endless. That night, she came home late again, humming softly as she undressed. I lay in bed, feigning sleep, but my heart hammered. Good time. I murmured, voice thick. She slipped under the covers. Yeah, Lisa's hilarious as ever. The lie hung heavy. I turned to her, the dam breaking. Stop. I know. She froze. Know what? I sat up, flipping on the light. About Mark. The texts, the motel. All of it. Her face crumpled, denial flashing before surrender. How? Does it matter? I snapped, anger surging. Why, Sarah? We had everything. Tears welled in her eyes. I don't know. After the miscarriage, I felt so empty. You were always working, and Mark. He listened. It started as nothing, just talking. Then. She trailed off, sobbing. Her motivations hit like a punch. Pain I hadn't seen, loneliness we'd both ignored. But understandable didn't mean forgivable. Trust shattered. Irreparable. We talked, or argued, through the night. She begged forgiveness, swore it was over. I love you, not him. It was a mistake. But her words rang hollow, echoes of that joke echoing back. In case I meet someone better. Had she meant it, even then? Heartbreak clawed deeper. The man who'd built his world around her now adrift. By dawn, anger cooled to numb resolve. I can't do this, I said, voice breaking. Not anymore. She nodded, defeated, packing a bag while I watched, silent. The door shut behind her, final as a coffin lid. Months later, divorce papers signed. I sat alone in my empty house. The red dress hung in the closet, a ghost. I'd uncovered the betrayal slowly, each clue a dagger, but the real pain was the love that lingered. Suspicion had given way to truth, denial to acceptance. I rebuilt, piece by piece, therapy sessions unraveling the knots. Sarah. She moved on, I heard, with Mark or someone else. Me. I learned trust isn't blind, love isn't invincible. That joke, once harmless, now a scar. But in the quiet, I reflected, we'd both failed, in ways small and profound. And maybe, just maybe, that was the hardest truth of all.